Hi, everyone. Welcome to the webinar to power up Kamala Harris's climate campaign. We're going to get started in just a few minutes. We'll let some people join. Really thrilled to have everyone here. So we'll give it another minute and then get started. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. So this is a live stream call, which means you all can hear me and the other speakers that you're going to hear from, but we won't be able to hear you. So if you have any questions that come up during the presentation, please chat them into the comment section of whatever platform you're on, and we'll come back to as many questions as possible. We'll also be sharing throughout different ways that you can stay in touch with us after this live stream. So there will be plenty of opportunities for question asking. And if you prefer to have closed captioning, you can find us on YouTube or Facebook and make sure that these settings are turned on. So those platforms will provide native captioning, and we're going to drop the links in the chat momentarily. So while everyone's getting that set up, give you a few seconds and we'll go ahead and get started. So first I want to introduce Sierra Club's political director, Sarah Burton, who's going to start us off.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Sarah Burton. I'm the political director of the Sierra Club. I am so happy that you're with us tonight to learn about how you can get involved to elect Kamala Harris and defeat Donald Trump. I'm so excited to see so many people on this call. Many of you are Sierra Club members and supporters. Thank you. Some of you are brand new to the Sierra Club or even brand new to politics. Either way, welcome. I appreciate each and every one of you and cannot wait to tell you about the work we have ahead of us and what we can accomplish together. In 2020, we ran a massive program to contact voters and help get Trump out of office. Maybe you were a part of it. And now we need to make sure that Trump does not return to office and help elect Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, along with climate champions, up and down the ballot. This year, Sierra Club is focused on writing letters to people in Michigan and Pennsylvania because this tactic works, and these are the key voters we need to reach. Everything that's happened in the last 2 months since the first Biden-Trump debate has been head-spinning, and there are 61 days until the election. 61 days. The key to this, to all of this, is massive participation from people like you. It is the only way we will win. It's the way we have always won. The way we helped defeat almost 200 proposed coal plants across the country, massive volunteer engagement. The way Sierra Club helped protect millions of acres in our national parks and wildlife refuges and wilderness areas, massive volunteer engagement. And it's the only way we defeat Trump again and elect Kamala Harris. Our plan is to help our volunteers contact voters in 2 must-win states, Pennsylvania and Michigan. We're using a proven tactic that you can do from home, writing and addressing letters by hand to voters we've specifically targeted to have the biggest impact. Why Pennsylvania and Michigan? There are other swing states, but those 2 are essential. If we win them, Trump loses. If we lose them, Trump wins. It's really that simple. So we're going all in to make sure we win. Up until this point, we've been on track for an election result that is more like 2016 when Donald Trump won than in 2020 when Donald Trump lost. In fact, in 2016, Donald Trump won both Michigan and Pennsylvania by a combined margin of less than 45,000 votes. Only 45,000 votes. We've identified over 500,000 voters who care about addressing the climate crisis and protecting the environment, but who are still undecided or infrequent voters. If we work together, we can reach those people and help ensure a winning margin of voters get out and vote in support of Kamala Harris, a pro-climate president. If we do our jobs, we will eclipse Trump's 2016 win margin and make sure he is never the president of the United States ever again. I'm going to come back at the end and talk specifically about Kamala Harris's strong environmental record. Her achievements as a climate champion are impressive, and there is so much to say about why her leadership is crucial for our planet's future. But I know that some of you are like, sign me up already. I'm ready to go. I want to get to work. So we're going to go straight to the details of the organizing, how you can engage, and then we'll come back to what a President Harris administration will do to build a thriving, clean energy future for all of us. So to explain how this works, I'm going to hand you over to Sal Espinoza, who is a key organizer with Sierra Club's Independent Action 2020 program to turn out voters to defeat Trump. After 2020, Sal went to the DNC and built powerful distributed organizing programs that helped us win the midterms in a big way. And now he's back at Sierra Club to help all of us make a difference in the 2024 election, and he's going to share the details about how you can get involved right now.
Thank you so very much, Sarah. Yes, hello to everybody who's joining in on this call. It is great to be working on the 2024 election with so many of the amazing people who helped make Sierra Club Independent Action such a powerful voter contact machine in 2020. But welcome to everybody. I'm seeing people in the chat right now from Maryland, Kentucky, Ohio. I see Chicago, Oregon, Boone, North Carolina, Illinois. The list goes on. In any case, a key part of our strategy this cycle is to reactivate our amazing volunteers from past elections and work with a lot of folks who might be new to our efforts as well. So I'm going to help you get everything you need so that together we can do our part to make sure that we win Pennsylvania and Michigan. Before I do, first I want to just say two things. One, I do want to say to all of the folks I got to work with in 2020 who may be on this call, who might be watching a little bit later, who might already be writing dozens, if not hundreds of letters for this year's program. If you participated in 2020 and you just want to get your letters and get started tonight, like get started right away, you don't have to wait. We're dropping a link in the chat right now where our 2020 volunteers, where anybody can go directly to the letter writing guide on the letters that we're writing this year and start requesting batches of letters right now. Again, if you got on this call literally just to say, okay, sign me up, let's get this going. We got only so many days to go. I'm ready to go. You can go to sc.org/letter writing guide and get started. You'll find everything you need to know. One more thing. We do know that we have folks in our volunteer community across the entirety of the Sierra Club who are already running. That's right, already running weekly letter writing or post card writing events in their communities. And some of you have already reached out to us saying, can I write, can I get my group writing some of these letters as well? How do we get that set up? For everybody that may be running a community group that's already writing letters and maybe just needs access to a ton of letters, a ton of voters to adopt and write to, we want you to email answers.political@sierraclub.org. One more time, that's answers.political@sierraclub.org. Again, if you run a weekly letter writing group, if you've got something going on already and sometimes you just don't have enough voters to write to, please email us. We'll get things set up and we'll make sure that you have everything you need to get going. Okay, so for everybody else listening in, and for everybody who wants maybe a refresher or who hasn't written letters to voters before, here's just a quick overview of our voter contact strategy. So we're launching our Get Out the Vote program with a focus on letter writing, a tactic that everyone can do from home and that in 2020 was proven to be successful. So this year, the Sierra Club is targeting voters in Pennsylvania and Michigan, just like Sarah said, who are with us, who will be more likely to vote if they get a personal handwritten letter from you, from each and every one of you. So little on these letters, the letters that we're asking you to send are half pre-written and half blank for you to personalize and write in pieces. We send you batches of letters via email, 10 at a time. 10 letters at a time, that you then personalize, humanize, make them unmistakably coming from a human being, and put them in a hand-addressed envelope, and then hang on to those until our big send day in late October. So we'll be sending these letters on a specific day so that they're going to land in voters' mailboxes close to Election Day, in a window when they're most effective. We'll announce that soon, but once you plug into this program, we're going to keep you completely up to date. But why letters? Why these letters? Why in this way? If you've got questions like that, just know that we've studied the research carefully to ensure that our methods are optimized for impact based on the results of randomized controlled experiments to increase voter turnout. You see, political scientists and programs have done extensive research on what campaign tactics are effective at winning voters. And nothing is more effective than volunteers, human beings, reaching out to voters. Unique mail is powerful unto itself, but with hand-addressed and stamped envelopes that obviously come from human beings that care, they're that much more likely to not only get opened and read than regular direct mail, but to have a lasting impact and maybe motivate somebody to go out and vote when they might not otherwise. So these letters coming from you make a huge, huge difference. Ultimately, y'all, at the core of our strategy is just person-to-person human communication. It's people like us, people on this call, the people in your lives that might want to write some letters with us, telling our stories to fellow voters who share our values, but might just need a little extra encouragement to turn out to vote. So that's why we're putting people, human beings, at the center of our strategy. Because see, if we can organize enough volunteers to contact enough voters, we will win. And since 2020, our program, with its tested infrastructure, trained staff, has helped channel the stories and efforts of tens of thousands of people to write more than 1 million letters to voters. Catherine Panetta, who you met at the very beginning of this call, and myself, plenty of great organizers that you're set to meet as well, are going to be working directly with all of you each and every day to help make this happen at a big, big scale. So, but first, you need to join us. Let me tell you exactly how we can get started. Because you see, time is tight. I don't think I'm introducing anything new to anybody on this call, but fact is we only have 61 days until Election Day, even less to our send date when we have to send these letters out, and fewer even still to reinvite and train enough people to help us write these letters. So we have big goals, and they might sound daunting. Fact is, I know that if everybody on this call pitches in writing letters and helps us build on our 2020 work, they're absolutely possible. So with your help, we will grow a big team of pro-climate activists to turn out 2024 voters and help Kamala win. So here is how you can help. To kick things off into high gear, we're asking you all to do the one thing that we know will help us write the number of letters that we need to write, and with the time that we have. I'm about to ask everyone here on this call, everyone watching this call later, from now through the send date, to take just one action. Do one thing that I promise we'll follow up on and that will help us grow the fastest. As we make this ask, we're going to be sharing a sign-up link, and I need everybody on this call to just say yes right now. Sign up and commit to joining our letter writing team from now through the send day, from now through Election Day. Okay, can I see maybe in the chat if folks are ready? Are you ready? Remind folks, please. Yeah, let's get some yeses. Absolutely. Keep those going. Okay, if you're ready to get out the vote for Kamala Harris, let's go. It's time to talk to voters. It's time to mobilize our fellow supporters to join us. We're going to win this November, and it's time to get to work. So if you haven't yet, I need everyone here to sign up for a letter writing quick start Zoom. Go to sc.org/letter training. We're going to try to drop those in the chat. Let's see if our call hosts can keep up and drop the links in the right time. but go to sc.org/letter training. Pick a time and sign up. Again, that's sc.org/letter training. Sign up to write letters. Everyone, please sign up. Drive me a little crazy because, y'all, I have notifications unwisely set up in my ear each time somebody signs up. I hear a ding every time somebody's signing up. I'll just a few more about this. These events are 30-minute Zoom meetings with Sierra Club organizers and other volunteers where we're going to learn how to write letters and get started working on them together. And I need everyone to sign up. Go to sc.org/letter training. Once again, that is sc.org/letter training. Nice and easy. Here's why. If you've never written letters, these 30-minute virtual trainings are going to be the perfect intro to our program. You'll learn not only how to write letters and get a list of voters to write so that you can get started on the spot, but you'll get everything that you need to get going. We'll be able to answer your questions directly, and we'll be able to learn and grow our program as needed. I know some of you, maybe who have written letters before, or might even just feel like you might not need it, or that you know what you're doing. You're like, okay, I got the guide, I'm good to go. Fact is, y'all, I still need you to sign up at sc.org/letter training. Because the thing is, we have ways for folks to get started if you can't join one of these trainings, and everyone here will know how to get plugged into those ways. But to make sure that we grow our program fast and right, that we build out the systems with the crucial time that we have, that we know who is or isn't on our team and how to reach out to them, it's just so important that everyone sign up and join one of these. So please, even if you've already attended one of these, you being at these trainings would go a long way to help new letter writers feel like they're joining something special. We could break out and you could share some of the letters you've written before or about your experiences back in 2020. It's always powerful for new letter writers to hear from folks who've been doing this work already. So again, please sign up, join one of these. And heck, if you look at the schedule and right now you don't see a time or date that works for you, that's completely okay. Please sign up for any shift that you see at sc.org/letter training. And we'll email you everything you need to get started on your own. You'll be plugged in and you'll know exactly when new shifts come in, and you'll be able to join in as you need and as you're able. But as we need everybody on this call writing letters from now through the send date, inviting people to join us, and just rebuilding and having an impact that only the Sierra Club can. This is incredible. Absolutely. Y'all, I have those notifications going on in my ears right now, and they've been going on for the past 3 to 5 minutes. If you've been for some reason waiting, if you've been thinking, I'll sign up after the call, please just add to that sweet music. Let me hear just a few more signups. We're almost there.
Sal, I just want to jump in and say I get all of the emails for new signups, and we just had like a flood of 75 signups. So we're very excited to see you all in the next coming weeks on some of these quick start Zooms.
Absolutely. Y'all, election day is going to come in Pennsylvania and Michigan. It's going to come down to a small margin that will be likely decided by organizing by the 75 people who just signed up, by the extra who are signing up right now. On election day, I know that I'm going to want to be able to say I did everything I could to help put Kamala over the top. And I think a lot of you feel the same way. So I'm looking forward to the work we're going to do, to the letters we're going to write, the organizing that we're going to do, and doing this together. Sarah, please, do you want to wrap this up?
Yes, thank you. I really appreciate you, Sal, for hyping everybody up, for everyone who's signing up, for all of you for getting on this call and signing up to contact voters. This is big. And again, there are only 61 days left. So we have identified 500,000 voters who are more likely to turn out if they receive a handwritten letter from a Sierra Club volunteer. Hopefully you have already signed up. I'm going to spend some time right now talking about Kamala Harris's strong environmental record. But before I do, just in case you haven't signed up yet, one more time, I'm going to mention where you can sign up, and you can also see under me on this banner here. Please go to sc.org/letter training. So let me talk a little bit about Kamala Harris's record. As Vice President, Kamala Harris has been a champion of climate action and environmental justice. The Biden-Harris administration has done more to advance these goals than any other presidential administration in history, taking more than 300 actions to help our environment or combat climate change since January of 2021, including a long list of new pollution standards from the EPA, the Department of Energy's pause on gas export permits, and the end of drilling in the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge, as well as the passage of the biggest investment ever in our environment and climate, the Inflation Reduction Act, which Harris cast the tie-breaking vote for in the Senate. And this is nothing new. In fact, Harris's commitment to environmental justice dates back decades. As Attorney General of San Francisco, she started the city's first environmental protection unit to hold polluters accountable and protect communities. As California's Attorney General, she defended President Obama's Clean Power Plan. And under her leadership, California was among the first states to scrutinize Exxon's campaign to lie to the public about the reality of the climate crisis. And as a U.S. Senator, she championed environmental justice with the introduction of the Climate Equity Act and other pro-environment bills. As a presidential candidate, she's laid out a bold platform focused on holding polluters accountable and investing in a clean energy future. And we couldn't be more excited to be working in support of electing her as president to protect and build on the progress the Biden-Harris administration has already made. Our letter writing volunteers are already busy writing personalized letters to voters. We're asking people to commit to writing letters every week from now until election day, now until October, as many as you can. If you write 25 letters a week, that's 150 letters over the next 6 weeks. We know your time is valuable, and so it's time for me to stop talking and let you all get to work. I'm going to ask for a final time. Please join us this year in defeating Donald Trump and electing Kamala Harris and climate champions up and down the ballot. Every single one of you has the capacity to reach hundreds of voters, and we have the tools and materials that you need to get started right away. If you're ready and you haven't signed up yet, please fill out the form at sc.org/letter training. Again, that's sc.org/letter training. Oh, and before we go, some people have also been asking if they can help financially. And the answer is yes, you can. If you have the ability to donate, please go to sc.org/SCIA donate. Again, that's sc.org/SCIA donate. Finally, you can always email us if you have questions at answers.political@sierraclub.org. That is answers.political@sierraclub.org. On behalf of the team and the entire Sierra Club, I want to thank you for taking the time today to tune in and to get involved. I can't wait to work with everyone on this call to defeat Donald Trump and make Vice President Kamala Harris the next president of the United States. And so with that, we're going to close. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We know there is so much more to come as we work together to protect people and our planet. Have a great night.